Welcome to the battlefield of brains, where strategy meets chaos, and every move burns with intensity. Watch grandmasters clash, pieces fall, and legends rise. Irina opens with e4. The central pawn marches like a spear, claiming space and declaring war right from move 1. Wesley answers with e6. The French wall rises, cold and sturdy, a fortress ready to absorb and counter any storm. Irina develops the knight to c3. A swift cavalry joins the front, protecting the center and sharpening her attack. Wesley brings out his knight to f6. The black knight glares at e4, poking at Irina's spearhead with cool precision. Irina plays bg5. The bishop points straight into Wesley's camp, pinning the knight and adding a hint of menace. Wesley calmly strikes with dxc4. He breaks the pin with action, saying, "Enough staring, let's fight in the center." Irina recaptures with nc4. The knight reclaims the ground, showing she's not afraid of early skirmishes. Wesley plays b7. He unpins himself, quietly removing tension while preparing to castle or counterstrike. Irina trades with bxf6. She gives up her bishop to wreck Wesley's structure, a small sacrifice for long-term gain. Wesley accepts with gxf6. The pawn structure bends but doesn't break. His rook now has a wild open file. Irina develops nf3. The second knight jumps in, guarding the center and keeping her king safe for future plans. Wesley counters with f5. He pushes boldly, turning weakness into weapon, launching his pawns like battering rams. Irina retreats nc3. Repositioning wisely, she stabilizes before the next storm hits. Wesley plays a6, a quiet yet powerful move, preparing b5 and expanding on the queen side. Irina responds with g3. She builds a fortress for her dark bishop, balancing Wesley's aggression with calm structure. Wesley goes b5. The black pawns march together, a deadly advance on the queen side. Irina fianchettos with bg2. The long diagonal cannon is ready, staring at Wesley's king like a sniper. Wesley develops b7. Both bishops now face each other across the board, tension humming through every file. Irina castles. Safety first, the queen's guardian shields her king, preparing for a long war. Wesley hits c5, a thematic French break, cutting open the center to unleash his rooks. Irina reacts with dxc5. She accepts the challenge, clearing the smoke in the center. Wesley recaptures with bxi5. Elegant and deadly, the bishop retakes control of the heart of the board. Irina trades queens with qx8. She aims to simplify, hoping to test Wesley in the endgame arena. Wesley takes back with kx8. The black king steps into the center early, confident and unafraid of the future. Irina plays nefiv. A bold knight thrust right into enemy territory, aiming to disturb the coordination. Wesley responds with bxc2. He removes the fianchetto defender, starting the exchange of key pieces. Irina recaptures kxd2. Her king becomes slightly exposed, but she keeps the balance alive. Wesley activates rad8. Rooks begin their invasion, drawing battle lines down the open files. Irina answers with r-fion. Both rooks now join the fray, tension building across the board. Wesley brings re7, a flexible move, guarding the 7th rank and waiting for the right moment to strike. Irina plays d3, centralizing power. She sets up the classic double rook coordination. Wesley replies with Ra7, doubling his own rooks, an echo of Irina's strategy, creating mirror tension. Irina drops Net2, a tactical regroup, knight heading for safer or sharper squares depending on the need. Wesley slides K5, the king tucks away, preparing to support his pawns and free his rooks. Irina plays K3, a calm, steady build-up, locking her center and waiting for weaknesses. Wesley develops B7, patient development, covering key squares before launching into battle again. Irina maneuvers Ngone, her knight returns home, maybe to reroute or guard the kingside fortress. Wesley steps K8. He is repositioning for the long grind, the endgame general taking command. Irina jumps Kf3. Her knights dance in coordination, preparing to contest the open files once more. Wesley pushes F6, reinforcing the center, making sure no knight dares enter his zone. Irina strikes Nd4, aggressive and forward. Her knight eyes critical outposts deep in Wesley's land. Wesley plays Fc5, cutting down the intruder with precision, opening files for future operations. Irina counters with Nscx. The knight leaps in with fury, trading itself for structure and chaos. Wesley calmly recaptures Rd7, setting his rook as a barrier and keeping control. Irina builds Rf3, a quiet but deadly preparation, her rook lurking for kingside activity. Wesley responds with Bf6, defending and threatening at once, a multi-purpose move like a blade's edge. Irina jumps Ind4. She keeps pressure alive, searching for a crack in Wesley's armor. Wesley reinforces with Nc6, steady defense, his pieces now fully harmonized and deadly. Irina captures Nix F5. She sacrifices position for punch, ripping open lines toward the king. Wesley strikes back N7. The knight retreats, regrouping for the final counter-assault. Irina plays N3. She looks to rebuild her structure, still hunting for dynamic chances. Wesley goes Bg7. The bishop reclaims the long diagonal, eyeing every weakness in White's camp. Irina doubles rooks with Rc5. Her artillery lines up, ready to rain fire. Wesley advances H5. His pawns now march with fury, preparing for a storm on the king's side. Irina holds with N3, defending tight, but the black waves are coming. Wesley hits Rd3. The rook slams forward, infiltrating deep into White's defense. Irina plays H3, a quiet breath before chaos, giving her king a small escape hatch. Wesley brings Bh6. His bishop now aims like a dagger toward White's heart. Irina activates NCTU, a redeployment, perhaps seeking exchanges to calm the tension. Wesley answers Rd2, doubling down on aggression, rooks cutting through the second rank. Irina trades, Rx d2, removing one invader, but her position remains fragile. Wesley retakes bx d2. No mercy, the bishop claims the file, keeping domination alive. Irina pushes rf6, a desperate counterpunch, aiming straight at Wesley's king. Wesley slides r6, cold and efficient, covering everything and keeping his edge. Irina exchanges rx6. She tries to neutralize the black pressure. Wesley recaptures nx6, restoring material balance, but maintaining coordination. Irina centralizes kf3. Her king steps up, hoping to hold the shaky fortress together. Wesley mirrors with kf7, both kings now active, leading their armies personally. Irina advances k4. She tries to seize the center, turning her king into a warrior. Wesley plays k6. The black monarch answers the challenge. The battlefield now belongs to kings. Irina pushes kd3, a small retreat to regroup, sensing danger all around. Wesley develops bicone. The bishop returns to duty, cutting new diagonals. Irina replies b3, protecting the base, guarding against any backdoor tricks. Wesley centralizes kd5. He takes full command of the board, black dominance shining like steel under sunlight. Irina pushes f3, a solid little move, building a wall of pawns to hold back Wesley's dark tide. Wesley responds with f5. The black army surges forward, claiming new land on the queen side with ruthless intent. Irina retreats n1. She pulls her knight back, regrouping for one last stand. Wesley advances k6. The king joins the fray, stepping boldly into the central battlefield. Irina counters nct2. Her knight returns to action, guarding critical squares and watching Wesley's every step. Wesley plays n7, a quiet preparation, his knight ready to pivot wherever chaos calls. Irina pushes a4, opening a new front, hoping to distract black's relentless momentum. Wesley replies bx4, clean and cold, his pawn crushes white's hope for counterplay. Irina strikes back with bx4, determined not to give up, her pawn fights back like a last spark. Wesley jumps nd5. The black knight plants itself in the center like a steel spike, unshakable and menacing. Irina maneuvers n1. Her knight heads for safety, perhaps dreaming of redemption later. Wesley plays bbd2. His bishop locks onto the long diagonal, a sniper aiming straight at white's weaknesses. Irina answers nb3. Her knight returns, clinging to life and guarding key squares. Wesley strikes nxc3. The black knight tears open white's defenses, grabbing material with clinical precision. Irina recaptures nxc5. Her knight hits back instantly, clawing for counterplay. Wesley retakes nxc4, cool and efficient, regaining full control of the battlefield. Irina develops nb3. She reorganizes, hoping to find safety among collapsing walls. Wesley brings b3. The bishop slices in, sealing the board with perfect harmony. Irina steps k3. Her king comes forward, seeking coordination amid chaos. Wesley answers, NB6, patient and positional, tightening his grip like a boa constrictor. Irina replies B4. Her kingside force finally breathes, trying to hold the fragile balance. Wesley plays ND5, a precise fork, driving white's king to uncomfortable ground. Irina retreats Kf3, backpedaling fast, trying to dodge incoming blows. Wesley strikes X4, smashing through the wall. His pawns explode forward with fury. Irina defends GSF4. The last wall still stands, but it's shaking under pressure. Wesley answers BB2, a quiet but venomous move, setting up an unstoppable plan. Irina shifts NC5E, a sharp check, her knight making one last heroic leap. Wesley calmly blocks K5. No panic, no rush. The king takes control with icy nerves. Irina continues N4. The knight seeks out weak spots, but the king is too calm, too near. Wesley replies KG6. The black monarch hunts forward, his eyes fixed on white's helpless pawns. Irina tries NC5, spinning around like a dancer, hoping for tricks that never come. Wesley plays BA3. His bishop returns to its deadly diagonal, sealing the white king's fate. Irina reacts ND3. Another retreat, but her position is suffocating now. Wesley answers Kf5. Patient strangulation. No mercy, just pure control. Irina counters Kg3. She hides her king, desperately avoiding the storm. Wesley steps B7. Calm coordination, his army moving like a well-oiled machine. Irina plays Kf3, circling back, but she's running out of air. Wesley advances BD6. The bishop cuts deep, like a blade across the heart of white's fortress. Irina tries Kg3, pacing back and forth, but every move feels heavier. Wesley fires Bx4, a brutal hit, blowing open the last shelter. Irina answers Ka4. Her king flees to the corner, hunted and alone. Wesley checks with Bg5e. The predator closes in, each move a dagger. Irina escapes Kg3, trembling, but still alive for now. Wesley plays B7, calm and ruthless, maintaining pressure without overextending. Irina fights Kf3. She refuses to collapse, holding on by a thread. Wesley slides Bh4. His bishop pins the white king, chains tightening with every move. Irina runs Kgto. She breaks away, gasping for air. Wesley moves K4, chasing relentlessly, the endgame hunter stalking his prey. Irina blocks NCF5, a check that buys her only moments of respite. Wesley dodges K3, smoothly sidestepping, keeping total control. Irina pushes N6. The knight lunges, but it's a futile last gasp. Wesley replies Bf2, tightening every screw, covering all squares of hope. Irina defends Ang7. The knight jumps, guarding life for one more move. Wesley drops N4. Cold precision, the king shivers under the deadly fork. Irina scrambles kfdu, one step from disaster, praying for miracles. Wesley responds kf3. The king himself joins the execution squad. Irina pleads nf5. The knight throws itself in, shielding its king. Wesley answers h4. Pawns begin the final chase, doom in every push. Irina pushes n7. Her knight twists and turns, but can't find salvation. Wesley plays bg3. A cruel check, cutting deep once more. Irina runs corner. Cornered, her monarch awaits the inevitable. Wesley calmly kf2. No rush, no mercy, only inevitability. Irina defends nd5, hoping for countertricks, but it's already too late. Wesley steps n2, smooth, silent, and suffocating. Irina reacts nc3, but she's trapped in her own maze. Wesley answers nd4. The knight dominates, closing the net completely. Irina trembles nb5, one last attempt to breathe. Wesley strikes n6. The black knight returns to glory, commanding every square. Irina pleads with eng5. Her knight still dreams of counterplay. Wesley calmly nf3. The coordination is flawless. White has no more roads left. Irina pushes nf5. Desperation made visible, but nothing changes the doom ahead. Wesley goes nht2n. Eerie calm before the final strike. Irina zeis nf1. Silent resistance, waiting for the sword to fall. Wesley brings nf1a, the mirror of death, twin knights facing each other like destiny. Irina counters nx4, a defiant capture, but it's just delay. Wesley replies na3, ice-cold precision. The black knight freezes all white hopes. Irina holds kg6. She keeps her king active, but the walls are gone. Wesley steps kf4. Every move now feels like the tightening of a noose. Irina answers h4, one last, trembling pawn move of hope. Wesley responds down. The black knight lands on its throne square, sealing victory in iron silence. Irina gasps kf8. Her king stands tall, but hopeless. Wesley replies dawn, repeating the code dominance, showing total control. Irina moves h4. Only a whisper of resistance remains. Wesley, calmly down, immovable, unbreakable, inevitable. Irina tries kg6. Her king, brave but doomed, faces the end. Wesley plays dawn, the same final note of domination, unanswerable. Irina pushes h4 again, the last move of defiance before silence. Wesley ends with dawn, checkmate in spirit, a flawless black victory carved in steel. I'll end the video here. Please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll keep finding the best and newest videos to share with you. Thank you so much, and I wish you all happiness and good health.